There we go. That's my human. That's the way it looks. And now we need to add some muscles to make this thing move. Okay. That looks like a pretty dead human to me. Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are playing a game called Evolution, which is a game about building weird creatures and watching them come to life with the help of joints, bones, and muscles. Okay, I've seen a few YouTubers play this and it looks really cool, so I wanted to give it a go myself. I have a few ideas in mind what I'd like to build, but I don't know yet what we're gonna do. So before we just start digging around, I want to show you what a successful creature looks like. So we have some examples here. We have a Frogger, Hailer, Roo, I don't know what that is, and then we have Spider and a Spring. So if we take the Frogger, it looks like this, and these are the joints, and the dark gray ones are the bones, and these pink thingies or red thingies in between are the muscles making the whole thing move. So if we now click load simulation, hold on, we can see how it's gonna evolve. You know, there's a bunch of creatures here trying to figure out how this thing works. And the computer basically chooses the best one out of that previous test and then sends a copy of that, basically 10 or whatever, 20 times how many of these are, and tries the same thing again until it moves. So we can just show one at a time, see what they look. Okay, that's a pretty bad example. But if we just look at all like this, we can see which one is going to do some That one did a pretty good job. He actually kind of jumped a little bit forward. The one, I can't really tell you which one it was. You see how it works. So with every evolution, they get better at doing the thing they're supposed to do. But the end result is not always the same. You can see they're all slightly moving towards the right now, and at the beginning they were just at the same place and not moving at all. So they are starting to jump like frogs. So if we go into load simulation and Frogger running, default Gen 70, this one, and click load, we can see how it looks like in generation 70. Now this is a long way down the road. It takes like 5 minutes or something to get over here. But yeah, this is what like the end result of a frog looks like. So without further ado, let's start dicking around and let's make the weirdest stupid shit we can think of. Let's make 15 populations so they kind of train faster, they get smarter faster, and then seconds per generation. Let's do that. Let's do 8 seconds. Let's just reduce it a little bit because they don't need to be on the floor or on the ground for 10 seconds not doing anything. So what is the first thing we're gonna build? Well, I thought to myself, why not try to build a human? Okay, human body, that can't be too hard. It's just 2 legs, 2 arms, a torso, and a head. That's about it. There we go. That's my human. That's the way it looks. And now we need to add some muscles to make this thing move. Let's add some muscles to places that we think is needed for this thing to start walking. So let's place some bones like this, or like muscles to the feet as well, up towards there, and like that maybe, and keep the arms up like that, and then also to the neck. Okay, that seems like a perfectly fine human body with some muscles. And then we also have, of course, challenges here to the right. We can either do running, jumping, obstacle jump, or climbing. We can also climb. Man, that's so fun. Let's do running for now. And if you guys would like to see me play this some more, we can do jumping or obstacle jump or climbing. But I just want to make a thing run. And it would be really cool if this thing ran just out of the box like this. So let's click evolve and see what okay. That looks like a pretty dead human to me. I don't even know what's a foot and what's a... Okay. That up there in the top right corner was the best generation of last simulation or whatever. Okay, they are not moving the way I would want them to move. They are, I'm just gonna look at one at a time because... Nah, they kind of fall flat. Don't they? A little bit. They kind of... they kind of fall flat. He doesn't even stand up, man. Like, he just falls over. It doesn't work. I think my human is broken. Let's let it run for like 20 generations or so and see what it looks like after that. All right, 20 generations in, and this thing is pretty good at falling over. That's all it does. They just fall over all the time. and they don't do anything. I think this is a little bit too complex, maybe. So I don't think this human is gonna do anything good, but I'm gonna save it nonetheless. And let's go back and make something else. Why don't we reinvent the wheel? And by that I mean, you know, just we make a round object with muscles and bones and see if it can roll. There we go. I think that looks like a pretty good circle. Let's add one in the middle like that, and then let's add a bunch of bones, maybe around like this. And can I add muscles between a joint? And I can't do that. Okay, so I need to add bones like this as well. Well, let's just make it a freaking wheel, shall we? Let's see if this wheel will move. Let's add just a bunch of muscles somewhere between each and every one of these, because why the hell not? Let's just try it out while we're at it. And then between these. So it has a bunch of muscles to choose from on which one to move. Here we go. Let's see what this evolves into. Oh, it's actually standing up straight. That's really cool. It's rocking back and forth. Oh, that went to the left. I think this machine is gonna go to the left by the looks of it. How does the computer, by the way, determine which generation or which text subject, if you will, is the best? How does the computer know what I want from this thing? I don't know. But they are clearly rolling towards places. I don't know. Let's watch until generation 20 and see if this turns out to be anything at all other than the wheel standing still. All right, so I can kind of get the wheel to roll a few steps towards the left, but that's about it. You know, it's done nothing else but this. But this is giving me some ideas. Now, I think these things in between are unnecessary because the wheel, like the computer can't decide, or it can't move the joints because there's bone in between. So now if I place it like this, the wheel will kind of move every bone so that it'll roll towards either left or right. Let's see if my hunches are right. Well, that looks a lot more wonky. That one to the right is kind of skipping. I like that. That was fun. Okay, right. Looks promising so far. It's not rolling. I wish it did more rolling movements, but you never know by the end of like generation 20 what it'll do. So let's just stay here and wait for a little bit and see if this becomes anything. I'm actually tempted to make more bones sticking out because this looks like it's not enough to make this creature roll. But it kind of skips forward. So if I go back, now I'm going to skip. I wasn't even at generation 20 or whatever. But I am going to remove the muscles here. And I'm going to add twice the amount of bones. Bones? Joints and bones make bones. Never mind. Let's add twice the amount of joints and bones. And let's see if that actually helps. There we go. An updated version with more bones and more joints, and I'm gonna increase the second per generation to 10 instead of 8 and see if that actually helps. Let's click evolve and see how this thing does. It's glitching out for one. Let's click one at a time and see. Not kind of staying together the way I would want it to stay together, but it's totally, oh man, it's glitching out. It's just glitching out. I don't think this is gonna work, but we're gonna wait for a little bit and see if it changes or whatever. Okay, I don't think this is any better at all. If anything, it's worse because it has so many limbs to control. It doesn't know what to do. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna delete the whole thing. Boop. And we're gonna delete a bunch of joints and we're gonna make a simple design and see if it works. So what is a efficient way of moving a thing back and forth? Like 2 bones, like 3 joints, like this. Like this should be enough. This is like a worm, okay? Ah, a worm. So if we do like this, you see? It's kind of like a worm when the worm squiggles forward, kind of lifts its back. That's not a worm, it's a parasite, is it? I don't know. Never mind. If we do it like this, and just add bones between these and these. Let's just do it like that and see if this helps. Let's click evolve and see if this thing is capable of moving. Don't know. I think we're about to find out. Let's let it run for like 10 or 15 and get back. Oh, we have some movements. We have, oh, look at that. It actually works. This is generation 2. And it does a great job of moving forwards. Holy crap, this is amazing. Okay, that one is totally still. I wish when I clicked show one at a time, it would show the one that has made the most That one is jumping! Holy, oh, look how high he goes. Holy crap, that's amazing. This is not too bad. I'm quite proud of this. Let's let it run for a little bit and see how far we can get. I think I've actually managed to make something that kind of walks in a weird fashion, but it definitely walks. It kind of skips forward like this if we check out 1. But it does kind of work. You see? They do skip forwards and they go quicker and quicker every time, but that was not what I was, intended to do. I didn't want the front end to flip like that. I'm just clapping my hands because I'm a retard. I really kind of hope they would use the whole length of the body to move forwards, but it's quick. Look how fast it runs. It's like a horse. It's like a freaking horse. I'm just gonna let this run for a little bit more and see how well this thing will move by the end of like generation 40 or something. All right, this is generation 34 and look how bloody quick this thing is. I mean, seriously, it's running. I think I've completed the task of making something that runs because this looks like it's running. Look at that. It skips kind of like a horse. If you kind of squint your eyes and think that the horse is a bunch of sticks and dots, but it definitely works. Like, it runs. This thing runs. So I'm gonna click save, go back. So what else can we make? Let's make one more weird thing before we end the video. Okay, now I don't really know what kind of stuff I'd like to make. So, does this thing remind you of anything? I kind of got the idea from Boston Dynamics when they make the walking robot dog thingy. This kind of looks like it, and I was thinking that if I make something like this, will it walk? Let's click evolve and find out. I don't think it. Okay. Maybe. I don't think it's too heavy, but we'll find out. Let's let it run for a few generations and see if this thing starts to. Oh, it kind of did a little bit of a jumping there. Generation 2. I think this might work. Oh my god! Look! Look! Oh, it's almost working! Generation 11, and we almost have a weird walking dog. Oh, this is gonna be the best thing ever. I'm gonna let it run for at least 10 to 20 more, because this is turning out not too bad. Generation 30, it kind of does this thing where it scoots forward, lets the bodies hit the floor, and then it kind of jumps again. So it's using the body to as you know, a part of kind of like a leg. I don't know, and that's not what I really wanted. I wanted it to kind of skip with just the legs, but it does work. It looks funky, but it does work. Like, it goes forwards. It's not that slow. It's pretty quick. I bet if I would let this run for like 40 more generations, we would have something really... Oh, it's going backwards. Something really cool. Actually, I'm just gonna let this run for a few more and see how it evolves, because this is pretty interesting. They all do pretty much the same thing. They jump, land, jump, land. It looks cool, but it's not really what I wanted. But I'll accept it. I mean, it's not too bad. This is quite close to what Boston Dynamics looks like, but it has 4 legs. This is only 2, but I bet that if the Boston Dynamics robot had 2 legs, it would look like this. Maybe, I don't know. But this is not too bad. I'm gonna save this and go back. And I actually think I am gonna leave this here, but if you guys would like to see me play this some more, don't forget to leave a comment on the video and a like while you're at it. And also, if you would like to see me try on jumping, obstacle jump, or climbing, let's just do a jumping here real quick and see what it looks like, if it has any obstacles or anything. Or is it just like different algorithms? I don't know. Let's do obstacle jump. Oh! Needs to jump over a black ball. Cool. And the climbing thing is probably stairs. Oh boy. Okay. This could have some interesting things to it, but I'm gonna leave this here. That was everything for this time. I do hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.